Welcome, comrades, to episode 132 of the Postmodern Polymath podcast. Thank you once again for joining me, and it's just me right this second. I don't think Lyman will be here, but I am expecting, well, he changed his name again. Daniel Chris, Jesus Chris, whatever his name is now. I expect him here in a minute, but I didn't want to wait. Sorry. Um, so there's a couple of things I wanted to cover of a personal nature that obviously he doesn't care about, and I wouldn't either. First of all, I got my second shot today of the Team Moderna vaccine, and I haven't started getting the signals yet from the cell tower, from the special gate cell tower. I haven't been told exactly when. I can't tell you on pain of death, but I can let you know it's going to be within the next couple days. I can tell you that. What it's going to contain, even I don't know that. I think it happens differently for everybody. Everybody gets a secret code. Whenever the activation code goes through, then that's when the legions of uh, Bill Gates automatons will be unleashed upon the world to make it a communist like dictatorship or some shit. Anyway, so so I got that done about 3:30, I think. I went walking, which is another thing I wanted to get into. But first, as far as any side effects, I feel tired, a little warm. But then again, that could just be because I walked. Uh, but I will keep everybody updated. I'm sure y'all care about my physical health. Um, of course. Why wouldn't you? Yeah. So I'm trying to lose some weight because I'm fat. I mean, fat. I'm used to being overweight since mid 30s when I used to be like a toothpick up until early 30s, and I started gaining weight and just it wouldn't stop. And I'm lazy, so I'm like, oh, I'll lose weight eventually. It never happened. So here I am today, a big old blob. So I've decided to start walking. Right now, I'm doing 3 miles every other day. That, of course, that's just a start out. I'm not sure. I'll probably ended up increasing either the pace or the miles or something. I was told a weighted vest might help as far as giving you a little extra oomph to your workout. Because God knows my fat ass ain't doing no aerobics and shit. I hate gyms and shit, so I'm not going to any gyms because I automatically get pissed looking at all those fucking white hipster fuckers. Um, and I've started getting stuff from Freshly, which is like they prepare the meals and they ship them in these boxes with, I swear to God, they have got like four of these big ass portable ice things. I think they're one of those gel packs, but they're really huge. And it keeps the shit cold for like, I want to say they said that 2 days or some shit. Um, it's kind of steep. I'm not gonna lie, the price is steep, but I don't cook. I don't have anybody who can cook, and I don't want to cook. So this is the easiest way for me to get meals that are actually semi decent for you. Because I was eating just crap. I mean, just like a 5-year-old, and literally. And especially during the pandemic, I've gained like God knows how much. I don't even probably like at least 10 pounds. So, um, I didn't like being out of breath all the time. Uh, my pulse was higher than usual. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I don't know. But anyway, so right now I'm at 260. First goal is 250. I want to say 261, maybe 262. I can't remember. First goal is 250. So any encouragement, that y'all can give me, would be great. You can go ahead and send me boobies. Boobies are a great motivation. So if you have boobies, you can send them to me. Or you just, just your nice little messages will do it just as fine, just as well. Of course, one of the big things that has happened since I was on last was there was a bit of a change with the logo and the branding of the show. Now, as some of y'all may know, I like to drink beer. I know that's a shocker. And I like to smoke the near weed. And one night, I got a new cat, which I'm not supposed to. So we'll just say it's not really here. I got her. Somebody else couldn't keep her, and I wanted it. And the idea was trying to give her away, but I can't give her away. I mean, she's too cute. She'll probably wander around at some point, but her name was Madam Coconut, but it's now Comrade Coconut. And the reason this happened, I had her on my lap on a Friday night, which is my drinking night. And I said, oh, that's the cutest picture ever made. And so I said, I don't remember why I was thinking this, but I was thinking, it'd be cute to put one of those fucking Russian winter communist hats or whatever, right, on it. So somebody did that. I think it was, Jeff actually did all this shit. He's the master of Photoshop. So big thanks to him for everything, all the logos and everything. But he put, there's Madam Coconut right here. This is Madam Coconut. Look how tiny she is. Sorry, I know she's not happy about that. Of course you can't see her if you're listening to the podcast. She is not more than like 6 pounds, and I took her to the vet, and they said she was fine. He said if she was a little smaller, she would be technically a dwarf or something. But for her size, she's fine, I guess. So you can maybe hear in the background. I think she may be in heat. I'm getting her fixed next week. So, but it's getting old. I'm so like a fucking bird and shit. Anyway, which wouldn't be bad if it wasn't all the time. So, let me interrupt this to say, I don't even know your fucking Slew Suffer. Is that it now?
Yeah, you can call me Slew. Am I too loud?
Sorry, I don't know why that side's not working. Anyway, what you say? Slew Suffer, is that right?
Yeah, Slucifer.
Oh, that's so clever. It might have helped if you'd spelled it about the same. So anyway, Slucifer is on in the house. How's it going, man?
All right. How's things going down your way?
Not bad. I was just relating how the new logo came about. Talking about a Comrade Coconut. I took a picture of her. She was super cute. I took a picture. I think Jeff put the hat on her head, and then I said, why don't we make it a whole new logo? So Jeff fucking did all, you can't really see it that well, but
nice.
He did the whole thing, and he did a way better job than I did with the original logo. So the great one part about this logo is that nobody sees actual faces, because nobody wants to see, two white dudes, right?
I don't know.
Everybody loves cats, okay? So
Dumb and Dumber, there was...
Yeah, nobody wants to see that shit, right?
Not anymore, I guess.
So you got a cat. Everybody loves a cute cat. So he did all the stuff, all the banners and stuff that I had for the other. So I've got everything rebranded.
How many cats do you have? It sounds like you have a whole herd of them back there.
Okay, so as I was just relating, uh, the cat. That's Comrade Coconut. I think Coco may be in heat. Uh,
Oh,
I'm getting her fixed next week, but she will not shut the fuck up. She sounds like a bird, a fucking bird trilling and shit. Oh, okay. I'm gonna need you to stop there. You ain't getting no dick. You just need to get over it. So anyway, that's all the personal stuff. I said I got my shot, and I'm on a wannabe diet, I guess, trying to lose weight.
did you get your second shot?
Yeah, I got it today, actually.
Oh, okay.
I don't think the microchip starts working for a couple of days. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it takes a little while. It depends on the person. I hear your mileage may vary. You know?
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, second shot done. I gotta wait 2 weeks, which is Cinco de Mayo, incidentally. Is 2 weeks. So I can walk my fat ass up. There's a bar up here. I can walk my fat ass up to. Even though it's not a great.
So
place.
convenient. It's right after 420.
I know, right? Which I know you had nothing to do with because you were completely, completely not into that sort of thing, right?
Not at all.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Why don't you tell everybody, first of all, before we get started, some people may not have seen or heard of you before. Why don't you give a little brief introduction?
I did have the Skeptical Satanist podcast that I had you on a couple episodes of, and the skit that we did. And now me and my brother are starting up a new podcast called Forest for the Trees that's having a rocky start so far. I've had a couple things slowing me down personally. But we're trying to get do more of like a nature type deal, show some survivalist type techniques and things. My brother was in the Army for 4 years and is going to talk about some of the things that he's learned from there, and he kind of took off on it after getting out of the Army. He continued to buy different survivalist books and things and get all of the equipment, and he likes to go do the rough camping type deal. So we're in the middle of a shelter project right now that we're collecting film for, and hopefully if I can master all of the editing and all of that and get it up in a decent amount of time, we'll have it up soon. But we'll see.
Yeah,
Until then, I'm just doing live streams and having different guests on. We had Bobby C on not that long ago.
Oh shit! I hadn't heard about him in a while.
Taking a little bit more. What's that?
When was this that you had him on?
It's been last month, maybe, I think.
I have to go look. Okay. Yeah. So you're streaming other stuff besides the podcast? Is that what you're saying? Did you say?
Yeah, we're doing live streams currently. Just we were doing them weekly for a couple or 3 weeks. I think we had you on the test run. Or no, you were going to show up and you didn't. We had Bobby C on. We had the guy from Black Atheist Rants on.
Okay. Well.
And just went into some different discussions on that. And then we had, last week, we had Joel Pearson on. That's, he's really big into the historicity of Jesus and things of that nature. He believes in a mythical Jesus. There's a group that he has on Facebook, Mythical versus Historical Jesus, and he gets into a lot of Richard Carrier's observations and things on that end. But
I mean,
We
I don't give
talked
a
about
fuck either way. But go ahead,
no,
I'm
we
sorry.
talked about yeah, exactly. But I think it's interesting just being brought up in all of it and being brainwashed to think a certain way, being able to step back from it now and kind of see things from a more logical standpoint. But and we talked a little bit about mental illness and how environments contribute to it, and how even physical, like the physical environments that we're in, can contribute to mental illness. Like what's in the water. Like if you're a poorer person or whatever, you can end up in an area where the pipes haven't been changed forever and they got lead in them, and then that can lead to mental illnesses and things as well.
Look at
Different
Flint,
things like
Michigan
that.
for that.
Radon gas under houses and things like that in this more rocky type areas. And yeah, Flint, Michigan's about like the poster child for that. But a lot of these small towns that I've grown up in, it's the same deal. Like they're just piecing together different pipes and just trying to, pipes bust every other year or every year.
Yeah. I mean, you'd be surprised. Well, you might not be, but the number of like, I mean, that's part of this whole infrastructure thing is the number, like, how many miles of pipes there are in this country that are like that, like so old that they have lead leaking into them and shit, you know.
Yeah,
And of course, it's always the poor areas. Go figure, you know.
right.
The one, so Republicans don't like poor people to have things. So of course, they're fighting the infrastructure shit. Unsurprisingly,
It'll
so
all trickle down
yeah, yeah, we were told that.
one of these days.
Right, right. So let me ask you about now. Of course, unless you've been living under a rock for the last couple days, Derek Chauvin trial, the guy who put his knee down George Floyd's neck for I forgot like 9 minutes or some shit like that, and like suffocated him to death. Got charged and all. I think it was third degree, second degree on murder, and then second degree manslaughter or some shit. And he got busted and shit. So he got convicted, and he was like, "Oh my god, that's not supposed to happen. I thought pigs are supposed to have impunity." So I guess not this time, piggy. So, what's your thoughts about that?
Well, I mean, I'd like to be happy about it, but then at the same time, did you hear about what happened in Columbus, Ohio today?
That was going to be my next
That
thing.
there's now been another shooting. Yeah. I haven't got to look too much into it. I just heard, had been looking at it on and off and on, and I don't know all of the details on it. Did you
Well, yeah.
did you find more on it than I did?
Yeah, let me just first of all say that just because one cop was fucking convicted of some shit doesn't mean anything, right? We still have this whole system.
Right.
And for one cop, and God knows how many cops are actually ever convicted of anything, right? I mean,
Yeah.
and like I heard that the local DA it got taken away and taken away from him, and the state AG took it, and that was Keith Ellison. And anybody knows him, he's a black Muslim guy who he was the senator from. He was a representative from Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. Now he's the DNC head, I think. But, yeah, the local DAs and the cops are cozy and shit. So it was a good idea to kind of take it out of their hands and put it in a place where it was it's going to be a little more objective, I guess, or whatever. So yeah, so it's a victory, I think, but it's just one. And of course, there's this Alex Vitale who wrote The End of Policing, and who I've had on the show, who blew up right after I had him on the show, which it was awesome, dude. I'm telling you, you get a guy on, all of a sudden he's on NBC and shit. He's fucking everywhere. Anyway, so gives me an erection. I can't help it. So he tweeted this, or he posted something on Facebook, and basically it was they had the cops. He was a scapegoat. Basically, they had to give him up in order to make it look like they were doing something important. All the time, they're still keeping the status quo and shit on the police force. Somebody's revving it up over there, girl.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. So I mean, that's my take on it. But you probably have the same views, but
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's fucked up. That's just a small, like you said, it's just one example of things going right in the justice system when we have so many that haven't went that way for so fucking long. And it's not just one politician that attributed to those things, or one party for that matter. The Democrats, Bill Clinton, I believe he upped the police force in the 90s, and it led to a lot of the shit that's happening, that has happened now. I mean, and then, right? Or was that right after, or was that right during the LA riots and shit that was going on too?
92. I think that was right at the election year. That may have been the impetus for that kind of shit. I mean, God forbid
it definitely
people
wasn't the
rise,
right fucking answer. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit never works. I mean, maybe the realization in some quarters is getting to the point where something's wrong, but the problem is most of the establishment, liberals and whoever, not just liberals, but there's the same shit. It's like, well, we gotta give them better training, like no, you know. I mean, you keep doing that shit ain't gonna do anything.
I mean, over in the UK, they aren't allowed to carry weapons at all. They have basically like SWAT teams that are able to come in with weapons if they need something like that, like if there was a hostage situation or something of that concern. And they don't call them SWAT teams. I don't know what the fucking name they call them there. They have weird names for everything over there, but
weirdos,
fucking spotted dicks and everything. I don't know.
I've seen that.
But
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I wish that we could get to that point here, but it's just like how are you ever going to appease all of the? I mean, you're farther south than what I am, so I don't know how do those people feel about their guns?
God, it's not just guns either. It's fucking anything that's got to do with. It's funny though. They want you to have their guns all day long, as many guns as you can get, but women can't. Have control over their own bodies and shit. It's funny how that works, but yeah, guns are never going away in this country. The best you can do is regulate them to some extent.
And I own guns. I mean, as long as I'm able to own them, if the crazy fucking people can own them, I'm gonna own them too. But I still wish that there was something better. Like, I would not be opposed to stricter gun laws by any fucking means. Like, I wish they just had a fucking gun vault at the goddamn banks. Every bank in town should just have a fucking gun vault and just keep them all in there. And if you want your fucking gun, then you gotta sign it out and you gotta tell them where you're going with it. Like, I would be fine with that. But
that would be... Yeah. I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, I don't either, but that would be a nice thing.
Somebody's commenting on, which is a rarity, Doomver, who I don't know who Doomver is.
Oh, that's my brother.
Oh, hello, Doomver. He said I eat like a trash panda. He said it's a trickling. Wait for sentencing. That'll be the shit. Yes, sentencing is going to be the interesting. And slide a little gun up in there to the fetus. So that's an interesting. That's an interesting visual you can think on for a minute. Thank you for watching. I know it's only because he's on, but that's okay. I can get all the love, I can get all the love I can get. So yeah, guns are never going anywhere. And lefties are getting more guns, and black people are getting more guns because they're starting to realize they're not ever going to control guns. So I mean, if they got them, you might as well have them too. And
Right.
there's Coco. There's Comrade Coconuts with her ass in my face. All right. So what do you? I mean, in regards to which you were just talking, I'm not going to get her name wrong. Get off the keyboard. Marcalia, fucking cat. Oh, my beer. Okay. Bryant, I think her name is. So this is, like you said, this is in Columbus, Ohio. She was 16 years old, a foster kid. And apparently in this house there was more than one foster kid. Anyway, she got in a fight with her fellow foster person, I guess. I don't know. And she had a knife or something. The cops showed up. And like, there's the videos out. You fucking cunt. The video's out there. Thankfully that wasn't open yet. If you go look, but she's raising a knife to it looks like she's raising her knife. I don't know, stab her. I don't know what's happening. I couldn't even tell that well. But the cop keeps going, stand down, or not stand, some shit like stop, and then he shoots her 4 times. All right, so some people, and of course there's always these people who say, well, it's a justified shooting or whatever. I don't agree with that. Mostly because you're telling me that you can't handle a fucking 16-year-old girl any better than shooting her 4 times in the chest. You're telling me at the very least you can't hit her in the leg or the arm or some shit if you're gonna use a gun. I mean,
Yeah, and I mean, I'd seen somebody. I don't know. It's a fucking knife, don't they? Aren't they supposed to be trying? Isn't the whole thing about the tasers that they're supposed to be using? They're supposed to be trying to use less lethal force. So
yeah, even that. I mean,
the whole
I don't.
thing of shooting somebody in the leg and all of it, I thought that was fucking ridiculous that Biden had brought that up during his campaign. So I still just kind of
I mean,
cringe at hearing that, but still, like,
I mean, Biden is just a fucking huge gaff. The less he speaks, the better. Okay. Yeah, he says shoot. I mean, which is, how about we not shoot them at all? Okay,
Right.
how about we do that?
Exactly. I think that was over looters too. I don't even think that was about actual
Yeah,
and this, I don't even know, was there any intent with that knife? Was she just holding a knife?
see, that's the thing. They were saying she was holding it and about to stab her or something,
about to stab
but I
another?
couldn't tell. Yeah, stab another girl or whatever.
Oh,
But okay, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's ambivalent. It's ambiguous enough where they're going to get away with it. And they gave they
yeah.
gave up the webcam or the police cam footage like right away, so that it looks like they're being transparent or whatever.
Right.
So I'm sorry. I don't trust anything a cop says ever. I just don't. I mean, by default, I'm not going to trust him. Even this fucking footage, hell, it could be doctored. I'm not that stupid. I mean, I don't really think that, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
it could happen. But, oh, here's another fucking cat. Jesus. That's seriously the one that's a cow. She's like fucking 13 pounds.
How many do you have over there? You just
3. The other one's too fat and lazy to come up
Oh.
here. And then after that happened, somebody's filming this shit, apparently. And one of the cops said Blue Lives Matter or some shit. and the black dude just went off on his ass. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. It was.
Yeah.
They're gonna fuck around, and they are gonna find out is what's gonna end up happening, because people are tired of. I mean, black people have been dealing with this kind of shit for fucking ever since they've been in this country, really. Cops or some authority figure has been there to fuck them up, right? And at some point, man, they're gonna snap, and that happens. And like Rodney King thing that happened with the riots. I mean, this kind of shit happens. Is starting to happen more, and that's what happens when you fucking.
Yeah. The more and more pressure you put on a minority, and keep backing them into a corner more and more, you're going to cause all kinds of tensions between them and the cops, between them and or any authority for that matter, and just amongst themselves. You've created that tension and that pressure, and then also for the longest time it was just the cops wouldn't fucking come and help them. They wouldn't come and help the black community with their problems or anything. That's just up to them, let them fight it out or whatever. Fuck them. And they didn't do shit, and how do you ever regain trust after something like that?
They never had
and
it.
now with the shootings and everything, like how do you, and not now, like this is a new thing, but like, yeah, how short of disarming these assholes, how would you go about it? That's about the only solution I can think of that would be adequate enough. But
well, of course, the idea behind abolish the police is basically get rid of it in its form, in its current iteration, and basically just tear it down and start all over again. Which I don't. Some cities are. Minneapolis is trying to do it. I don't know how that's going to work out. But the concept is actually. They're trying to,
or Oregon, maybe one of them.
Maybe, I don't remember, but Portland, Jesus, that place, if any place needs it.
Yeah.
Well, Proud Boys, you got to worry about up there apparently. So, yeah, there's got to be like little experiments here and there. I mean, I don't understand why it's such a strange concept to give the money to like people who can actually help, like mentally ill people, for example. You don't want cops going there. If you have any truancy, if you have any fucking anything that doesn't require like a gun. And really, I don't know that anything short of, because I would be curious. I mean, most cops don't even ever pull their gun. Well, I say
no, but and here's the thing, like, even though they don't, like, places like the little small town that I fucking grew up in with like 1,000 people maybe in the whole fucking town, their cops are allowed to carry like fully automatic fucking weapons. They're militarized. One of the little towns around here has a fucking tank. Like, why?
That's another issue. Because they can. The military sells them to them cheap as shit, and they're like, well, fuck it, we'll take a tank. I mean, God forbid you use that money to help your community. No, let's just get a fucking tank because it's free or something, basically. You don't need that fucking thing. Shut the fuck up, right? Jesus fucking
and
Christ.
So the mental health facilities around here, most of them are like Christian-based. The therapists around here are like, half of them are proud to be Christian therapists. The other half just don't. They don't say too much about it, but they still fucking, like, they judge you on shit. Like,
I know. It's, I'm lucky that I live in a pretty, normal blue city. So that's not really an issue here. But if you want to go...
Dude, I had religious trauma and shit from growing up in that. And it's like, I can't... it's hard to find a decent place that'll even take that into consideration, really, around here. That's the
Comrade
cat's
Coconut.
ass.
Comrade Coconut all up in it. Well, she's the mascot. I guess she should be. Get off the keyboard. Oh shit! Sorry.
But yeah, it's just it's hard to even find like secular therapists or anything around here that'll help with things. And they
Well, what's the nearest?
The weird thing is, like, they have therapists at this one place that I'd went to, and the therapists go and they are they've got bachelor degrees. Like, they're just what do they call that? Licensed social workers.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, those people, they would diagnose you and, you know, talk to you about whatever. And if they aren't recognizing religious trauma or narcissism or things like that that are in your family, then those things aren't being diagnosed or even taken into account. Like, I have symptoms of PTSD and things that they didn't take into account. But as soon as she diagnosed me with depression and anxiety, then that's all that gets passed along to the psychiatrist that actually is prescribing meds for me.
Yeah, that's
So
the issue too.
that is a fucked up system in itself, that you're playing a game
Well,
of telephone with my fucking mental illness and basing meds off of that. Like,
well, they don't actually. They want to get the meds and get you out so you can get the max money they can get in the shortest amount of time.
exactly.
That's what
Yeah.
it boils down to. They don't. I mean, there are, like I said, major cities. There are, you can do that, and of course, no insurance. That's a whole other issue. We know that, right?
Yeah.
If you can even afford it, there are some community organizations, but they're woefully inadequate, of course, as it usually is. Unless you go to church, apparently, and then you get all the fucking. Only Jesus is the only thing you fucking need, apparently. My mother raped me, but you just Jesus. That's all you need is Jesus. Sorry,
I mean, I'd really like to get like to see more satanic satanic mental health institutes around.
There may be. I mean, who knows? I mean, I know there isn't an official chapter in Tennessee, but there's this group but I know that are trying to get like a full-time chapter here in Tennessee, and that might be something I could, just ask them about. I mean, fuck, why not? I mean, they're officially a religion, right? So, I mean,
Yeah.
apparently they're all about religions getting involved in fucking.
I think they could be doing a lot more than what they are. Like, I like their whole, the stances they have taken and the way they've lawyered up for all of it. But it's their law team's nice, and they seem to be doing the right things. But they just need a little more fucking structure to it to get it to.
I don't know. I mean, it is. I mean, this is just my personal opinion, but it seems like some of that stuff's just for optics. I don't know that they're actually making a difference. They're just doing it because they want the attention, and that's in and of itself, I guess that's not a bad thing. But I'd rather spend that time trying to beef up your legal team and kind of try to attack things that you can actually win, right? And maybe it doesn't have to be a big thing, right?
Yeah, and if they could work with the Freedom, what is it? Is it the Freedom from Religion Foundation,
FFRF,
or is it the other one that's fighting a lot of those things with abortion and all of that? Because they have done a good bit on that end of things for abortion rights and introducing an abortion ritual that should avenue around all that shit.
You're not.
I don't know.
I mean, that's not going to fly. I'm sorry. Just at least not in the South. It's not going to, because there's no way a judge is going to fucking. I mean, they'll give stuff.
Religion. How can't they? They'll take it. They can take it up the courts then.
Bro,
I don't know.
Who do you think you are? Yeah, but then they'd have to. spend the money to appeal it and shit. And it's
They
just,
were
I mean,
recognized as a religion under Trump.
okay.
Like,
I mean, that's just bureaucratic shit.
yeah.
God damn these cats. So yeah, technically, but Scientology is too, so that doesn't really mean a fucking thing, right? I mean, I'm not equating the two, obviously. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, the religious designation isn't necessarily, that stringent, I guess. I mean, if you want to really try, then you could do it, I guess. If you know how to do it.
If they had to distinguish them, so if they had to really define a religion, they'd have to tread that line between what's a religion and a cult, and they don't want to fucking get into that icky territory.
Religion should be fucking getting exemption regardless, as far as I'm concerned. Now, insofar as they're charities, I do think charities should get
An
exemption.
exemption.
Just like
You think a
charities, they
church
should get
should
tax exemption. Charities.
Yeah.
No, let me finish. That would
You
be an
cut-
issue. Now,
you cut Go ahead.
insofar as that church is an actual charity and can prove it. Now, the reason I say this because there are some churches on the liberal side, the progressive Christian churches and shit, not just Christian like Sikh religion and shit, and there's all Christianity is not the only fucking religion, right? So, insofar as it's a charity, they like a percentage maybe, like if they could percent.
I think they
prove it.
can all be taxed, and then if they want to file for the charity thing, like every other fucking organization has to go through with the paperwork, then they can fucking do that, and they can claim that as their charity. But
I didn't.
there's no reason for them to fucking have it as
No,
the church
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the way I see it. And I mean, that's
Yeah, I
want
want to make it clear. I don't, obviously, but I didn't know you. I mean, yeah, if you want to file for exemption, you shouldn't automatically get it,
Yeah.
like just off the top. Just
Because,
because
I mean, I can tell you, that's where it all gets taken advantage, is right in that area. My church that I'd went to, they didn't fucking do anything for the area around as far as charitable work went. And they just kept building onto their buildings and fucking getting bigger and doing things with the kids and stuff, just brainwashing. And
Well, like I said, I mean, I'm not giving them and I'm speaking again about liberal, and they're not here. That's for God. I mean, maybe in Nashville there's some, but in the South, largely, it's Southern Baptist bullshit. We all know how that goes, right? And there are congregations who openly defy, what is it, the Johnson Amendment, I think it's called, where churches can't politically, political speech is banned in churches if you want to get the tax exempt status, right? Well, they don't fucking care. They do it anyway, blatantly, because they're taunting them, right? And they never do anything about it, right? So I mean, what's the fucking point?
Is the Art Park in your state or the one next door to you?
It's in Kentucky, which is above. I don't need you to get your fucking geography right, bruh. You're not even that You're like right next to fucking Kentucky, dude. The fuck's wrong with you?
I don't keep track of you fucking.
Hold up, bruh. You're in
Southerners.
fucking West Virginia and shit. That's even
Hey, if I
arguably
was
more
any
country
farther
than
north,
here.
I'd be in fucking Canada. So let's not pull that.
Whatever.
There's no
Are you in
states above
Ohio or
us.
West Virginia? Well, okay. Ohio's basically the northern South. If you want to get
It
right
is.
down to it. I mean, well, it's I guess it's Midwest, but every once in a while they elect a Democrat, I think. But they're like Kentucky.
It's
Kentucky
been
has
forever.
Kentucky got a Democratic governor. That's only because the other guy, the Republican one, was so unbelievably corrupt and he barely won by a smidgen, right? So I mean, wasn't even that big of a victory anyway. But anyway,
They gerrymander the fuck out of places like this too.
yeah, that's a whole other issue. Jesus Christ, that's why there's so many things wrong with this country. It really is just It's overwhelming. It really is. It's overwhelming. Uh, so let's move on to a little lighter material. Uh,
Right.
um, and okay, so everybody knows who Richard Dawkins is, right? He is mostly known as like a prominent atheist figurehead, basically, is what he is, right? He's like a biological,
A little
what is
more
he,
than that.
evolutionary something?
Yeah,
Evolutionary
he's.
biologist or
I mean,
something? I can't
he
remember.
had a doctorate in a few different things. Or he had a doctorate in what is it? Evolution.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's evolutionary biology or something. I can't remember. But
But
yeah, no, I'm not.
he did things with the genome project and shit, I think.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
he's
he
a
lost his
scientist.
Humanist of the Year title. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Evolutionary
okay, so
biologist and author.
if Dawkins would just have stayed in his little lane, because he's a brilliant scientist, I don't think anybody would say that otherwise, would dispute that. But somehow he became like the voice of the new atheists, like him. What do they call the Four Horsemen? Like him, Sam Harris, Hitchens,
Harris.
and
Yeah,
Daniel
that's another
Dennett,
one.
who would never, nobody ever hears about Daniel Dennett because he keeps his fucking mouth shut. Plus he's a writer.
Yeah, I think he's still been doing all right, but
Of
yeah,
course,
the
I'm
other
sure
ones.
he's. I mean, I'm sure he says stupid shit, but I mean, he flies under the radar. Sam Harris is off fucking. He's off just. I don't know where the fuck he is. Hitch is dead, of course, and
Yeah.
Dawkins is like he's like the godfather of like the new atheist or whatever. So anyway, he was given. First of all, let me see if I have the tweet somewhere. He was given the honor in '96, which is like, do the math. I don't know. I can't because I'm drunk and high. Like what, 20 years ago or some shit like that. I don't
I
know.
think it's a little more than that. You'd like to think
Something
it
like that.
was.
No. Oh shit! It is more than 20. I was graduated. Shit. No, fuck you, asshole. I don't. You know what? I invite you on my show, and all you do is give me shit. I see how it is. 96, he got the award from the American Humanist Association or whatever. And the original tweet was, in 2015, Rachel Dolezal, a white chapter president of the NAACP, was vilified for identifying as black. And that was fucked. Some men choose to identify as women, and some women choose to identify as men. You will be vilified if you deny that they literally are what they identify to be. Disgust. Now, somehow that disgust part somehow just negates the whole hateful shit before it, I guess, right? So, like,
This is
trans people aren't
his
really.
tweet?
Yeah, this is his tweet. Now, it kicked up a shitstorm. That's what caused. Well, that was the approximate cause. Dawkins has been fucking problematic for, he's a white guy. He's a white dude, old white guy. Of course he's going to be problematic as fuck. In anything like the humanist circles. Anything that's,
I
the
I don't like
woke.
how they're trying to give him a free pass and say that he's somehow like uh, got Alzheimer's or something fucking going on, or trying to like act like it's just what old people do. They just get old and they keep. No,
You do
let's
not get to
excuse
use that
shit
excuse.
like that. No, because he's still
Like
sharp
John
as a tack
Cleese's
on every
ass.
fucking thing else. Yeah.
So after the uproar, he said, I do not intend to disparage trans people. I see that my academic, in quotes, discuss question has been misconstrued as such, and I deplore this. It was also not my intent to ally in any way with Republican bigots in the U.S. now exploiting this issue. I have a hard time believing that a highly intelligent man. Actually, no. Let me take that back. Because some of these guys are so up in that damn ivory tower, they don't know how to interact with people. and he just always puts his foot in his mouth. I'm not, obviously I'm not excusing it, but I mean, he's a transphobe and shit. He just doesn't know. He's just clueless. I think a lot of it is. He's like, wait, what? That offends people?
He doesn't.
What?
He doesn't distinguish between gender and sex, even to like biological sex and gender are two different fucking things, you know. And I mean, there's just medical journal after medical journal, and fucking, all of the medical doctors, the ones that actually know what the fuck they're talking about in those fields, they're all saying the same thing, that there's multiple fucking sexes for one, other than just two, and there's multiple genders as well. And gender is more of a social construct than it is anything else, I believe, if
Yeah.
I'm understanding it all correctly, which I've talked to numerous people on that end of things too, like on Discord and things, non-binary people and transgender people. Got a few friends that are transgender, but yeah, it's what is wrong with, why can't he just ask somebody, like, if you like, I don't, like, maybe it's what you said, the ivory tower thing, thinking that you've just got wield this power over every fucking topic or something. You've studied one fucking section of science, dude. Just keep it at that and be happy with that. But don't act like you know everything about every fucking thing else then. Like, leave that to the other people in those fields, unless you want to have a doctorate in that too and try to fucking... But...
Yeah, I mean, it's like him, and they stay in your fucking lane. What are you even doing? I mean, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And he doesn't know any trans people, right? And probably two black people. Yeah. They're all fucking British old people, probably. So he is like completely like divorced of any. Again, I'm excusing it, but it's just like he's clueless, and he doesn't want to. I don't think he cares about learning anything, because if, like you said, if he did, he'd actually talk to a trans person, right? But he's so fucking up his own ass that he doesn't feel like he needs any fucking him and his little circle of ivory tower elitist fucks or whatever, sitting around circle jerking to fucking how great they are and shit.
He keeps trying to blame all this, trying to say that these are that transgender isn't a thing, and that, what is it? He keeps calling it gender dysphoria. He keeps trying to umbrella it all under that. He
doesn't know what he's fucking talking about. That's the problem. No. You don't even know how to use the term properly. So shut the fuck up, man. I mean, it's like, and these fucking guys like fucking James Lindsay and Ben Shapiro and David Silverman. God, what a pathetic fuck he is. They are all jumping on this fucking bandwagon because they want that money. They want the sweet, sweet incel white money, right? Is what it boils down to. They're all this anti woke shit.
And then you got the EA that just decided to go off the deep end on the other end of things for whatever reason.
Who?
The empathetic atheist, I believe it was. That took a dive into Islam.
Oh, what the fuck was that about? Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Now he's a fucking Muslim, and now Aaron Ra and somebody want them on his show. This sounds to me like he's trying to get...
He won't go, though, and he keeps saying he didn't do it for publicity and all of this shit, and it's like, well, you've got... Well, what? He won't answer what it was that changed his mind or anything. Instead, he's got 3 Muslims on his Facebook and on his channel now with him that keep talking for him, basically. Just so weird. I guess but that seems to be a trend for some reason for Islam. I couldn't even get a straight answer of what sect of Islam it was. That's all I wanted to know.
I mean, if he's not going on their shows, then maybe he's not doing it for, I don't know. But
he is picking like a few of the atheists that have been shit talking or whatever on him. Then he's had them on and entertained them, but it's not anybody like Aaron Ra or like Matt Dillahunty or anybody like that. He's
See, because he's
skirting
afraid
around him. Real, yeah.
Aaron Rod tear him to pieces, I'm sure. You don't want to fuck with him. You know, he'll put some hot sauce on you and fucking spit you out. You know. That motherfucker, God, he has no taste buds or anything because his ass can eat the hottest ass shit.
I tell you what. Really?
No, dude, I've seen some of that shit. It's redonkulous. I mean, and you like stouts, which is a good, you know, it's always a good
He
sign.
needs to go on that Hot Ones show. Have you ever watched?
Yeah, I got turned on to that. Yeah, it was, completely different. Okay, anyway.
Right.
Okay, so, yeah, empathetic atheist. He's a, who knows what angle he's going for. I don't really care, to be honest with you. I mean, it's like I said, some of these anti-woke is the new thing now. Some of these people, that's what they're trying to make the money off of, you know, they're trying to get, like I said, these white guys. I think it boils down to these white guys who just are butthurt because they're not the center of attention anymore, I guess. And they're having to share a space with, like, not men or something, and like they're threatened by it. It's like the same thing with Gamergate, right? Fucking women, they're fucking terrified of women, apparently. I don't know. Or anything that's not a white guy. God forbid you interact with a woman or a brown person.
Right.
You know, I mean, you know, brown people are allowed in as long as they're the same as they are, which is to say misogynistic, fucking self-centered fuckheads, chuckle fucks. I found that today. I thought that was funny. Yeah, so they can go all fuck themselves as far as I'm concerned. They're all playing all these Ben Shapiro. Just because he talks fast doesn't mean he's smart. I'm telling you, somebody needs to slow his ass down. And I'm going to do a YouTube video where I actually slow down him talking to like half speed and see what he's actually saying. And when you hear it like not in fucking, you know, speed, oh wait, it's easier to tell what a dumbass he is. Oh wow, very interesting.
And you slow it all down, like his face will probably look different. Like everything will just be different about him. You'll open up a portal to something. I just know it.
Portal to make his ass go away, and the rest of those fuckers like Dave Rubin. They're all just making money. They don't even believe this shit. They're all making money off of this fucking anti-woke shit. Right? I mean, it's just gross. Anyway, whatever. So Dawkins gets it revoked. There's butthurt on the, as predicted. There is a group called the Atheists for Liberty, which anything with liberty in its name is not liberty. Let me assure you. Liberty University. That's all I'm going to say. Okay.
Except for Liberty Mutual. For all your diabetes testing supplies.
I mean, yeah, I guess technically you're right on that. So, but anything to do with, anything to do with liberty is not, if it says liberty, it's almost always not, right? Liberty at all.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
Libertarians.
Yeah. Well, here's the American Humanist Statement, and I'm only going to read this part. He was given an award in '96, Humanist of the Year. He regrettably has, over the past several years, accumulated a history of making statements that use the guise, I like this, the guise of scientific discourse to demean marginalized groups as approach antithetical to humanist values, and there's a hyperlink, which I guess there's a list, or their official whatever list. His latest statement implies that the identities of transgender individuals are fraudulent, while also simultaneously attacking black identity as one that can be assumed and convenient. His subsequent attempts at clarification are inadequate and convey neither sensitivity nor sincerity. Did you think it would? Consequently, the AHA board has concluded that Richard Dawkins is no longer deserving of being honored by the AHA, voted to withdraw his award, blah, 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 whatever. So, fuck him. Now, Atheists for Liberty is a fun place, let me tell you. So, when they saw this anti-woke shit, or what they call woke, which is a racist thing to say anyway, because woke is really a black term, and so you're making fun of it, and I think that's racist. But anyway, that's a whole different story. So they're all, like I said, all the white guys who are pissed off because their voices aren't heard as much as they used to be, and then they're just whiny bitches. Okay, so this is from a statement. I don't know why. Okay, on April 10th, famous atheist and evolutionary biologist. Yeah, that's what I thought. Richard Dawkins wrote a controversial tweet. Blah blah blah. Comparing NAACP chapter president Rachel Dolezal. I don't know. Shut up, bitch. You don't know how to pronounce it either. Identifying as a black woman to transgenderism. Now, for one thing, I'm pretty sure transgenderism isn't an actual thing you should say. This sparked major controversy. The majority of free thinkers, it's funny how they term this stuff. A minority of outspoken activists. Oh, God. This is why this is funny to me, because it's so propaganda. It's like.
Wait, is this referencing that woman that was part of the NAACP that was the head of it and was is this that woman? Or
Yeah.
The one that was white and was acting like she was black but had a really dark tan that was like.
That chick, and they're trying to compare that to being a transgender or whatever. So yeah, that's great. That's a great comparison. But this sparked a major controversy with the majority of free thinkers. Funny how coming to his defense. So we're not free thinkers, I guess, and a minority of outspoken activists going after him. Sadly, some of these activists include those involved in the organized atheist movement. Okay. In the years leading up to the division within the atheist community and the resulting loss of influence for atheism, so they're blaming that on the woke people, I guess. Dawkins was attacked by woke extremist and movement infiltrators. I love this. This is like some fucking Hitler shit, dude. This is like some propaganda.
What media
this is
source
Goebbels.
is this?
It's the Atheists for Liberty fuckers.
Oh.
And
okay.
And they're like, I told you, they're libertarian. Well, they're just assholes. They're fucking racist. They're just they're white guys who cancel culture. We're not going to take it anymore. We're not going to be canceled. Or whatever, They're bitching and moaning about, their final says his tweets weren't bigotry against those who identify as transgender, nor in any particular racial group. From the perspective of an open-minded individual such as Dawkins, he was merely questioning these topics from a rational, scientific perspective. Atheists for Liberty stands in support of Richard Dawkins and the many millions of atheists who share their perspective. So yeah, go read it. It's kind of funny in a fucked up kind of way, because it's just so laughably.
Bill Maher's another one. I can think of. He likes to talk about cancel culture a bunch, and it's
he's
that's
an
why
asshole.
I mean, was a lot of that, but yeah.
I can't. I used to when he was first on. I watch it I look forward to it, right? Because he was a rebel and he was an atheist, right?
Got too much into the fucking thing of acting like this. What the fuck? How those people have no right to bring up being canceled like that's some detrimental thing to them. They have so much fucking money. Like, I can tell you right now, if I got canceled, it wouldn't make a bit of fucking difference. You know what I mean? So they have money to where they're trying to say that it makes a difference, but what the fuck? They have money, so it doesn't. They're still going to be able to get their voice out there. They'll still be able to go and do something else. Like,
the only people, when they say cancel culture, they're referring specifically to people like them, basically white guys.
Yeah.
Or whiny white fucks. Anti-woke fuckers. You never hear him
Yeah.
use that fucking term for people they don't give a fuck about, unless they're trying to make it look like they give a fuck,
It's
which they'll do on
always
occasion.
over something that's stupid that was said that shouldn't have been said to begin with. It's like, what are you fucking arguing for? You're just
No, it's well, that's they're just being a dick, just be a dick. It's like Jordan Peterson won't say like certain pronouns because he shouldn't have to, right? It's fucking political correctness. That's of course what it used to be called, but now it's I guess fucking wokeism or whatever the fuck it's called now. So yeah, this whole cancel culture and most of the people who were supposedly victims of this cancel culture seem to be doing fine regarding people who watch or listen to them and how much money they're getting. They don't seem to have a problem with getting any money or
no.
any fans. So it's almost like they don't actually give a fuck about cancel culture so much as they don't like it against them, right? They don't like them, so they don't want criticism. They should be able to do or say whatever the fuck they want without any backlash. That's what it fucking. Somebody called it not cancel, consequences culture or some consequence culture or something like that.
Yeah, that's more
I
accurate.
mean, you can say what you want, just don't expect not to get any shit for it, basically.
yeah.
Right. So fuck white guys. Atheist white guys as a general rule, except for you, of course. I will say I'm very impressed with your haircut, sir.
Yeah.
Looking good, man. Looking good.
Got mistaken for a Nazi not that long ago, which wasn't good, but
Yeah, that would. Wait,
I'm losing
somebody
my hair.
actually.
I only have so many fucking choices I can make here with my head. So I'm white. I can't help it.
Well, you're in what? Redneck land.
Right.
And which is why you don't ever get to say shit about the South ever. Just get our name out your mouth because your ass is worse. Okay.
Oh no.
Backwoods
No,
hillbilly bullshit. You think our accents are bad? Christ Almighty, West Virginia accents.
Yeah.
They're painful. Come on. Oof. Anyway, so to wrap things up, I guess Derek Chauvin, good, but not enough. It's not representative of a systemic change necessarily. It's just one guy. Fuck the cop who shot I forgot her name. Sorry, Miss Bryant. Michaelia Bryant, I think it. I'll just say Miss Bryant because I don't want to mispronounce it. Fuck him and fuck them for saying Blue Lives Matter. That's really you're lucky you didn't get your ass punched. I mean, they got guns, obviously, but so fuck him. And black people are continuing to get shot. So just because one cop got convicted doesn't mean the whole thing's just over. And fuck Richard Dawkins and all those white dude bros, basically. But we need to plug your show again, I think, because it needs to be plugged. So what's the name of it again?
It's Forest for the Trees. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/forest, the number 4, the trees. And you can find our YouTube channel, hopefully, if we get enough people to subscribe.
You can get
Thanks
one.
to YouTube algorithms and things.
You have to have a certain. You have to do something to get your own personal.
It seems. Yeah.
I had to do some weird shit.
I have to have
and
so
then
many
I changed it.
subscribers
So
now.
fuck
Like
now.
my old one with the skeptical Satanists, they had different rules then, so it's changed now.
Yeah, they've changed it. Like you can't get it one unless you got like subscribers that are it's a ridiculous number. I don't remember. So yeah, go check them out. You can have a YouTube channel. You just can't name it whatever you want.
Yeah.
So I gave up on that.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Most people just
Part
go to
of
the don't
capitalism,
even.
I guess.
They just copy the link or share it straight from the. So I mean, who's gonna you know.
You can have health care, but you're going to have to pay for it a bunch. Not if you're rich, though.
Healthcare and YouTube are a little different, bud. I hate to tell you, you know, you don't need YouTube to like literally live. Although some people act like yeah. They make money. They make their money off. It's called BreadTube, I believe, is the term. Yeah. So yeah, I want you to get on YouTube. I want you to go. Do you have a? How are you? Are you doing it?
Some dough.
Well, I mean, duh. Are you doing a podcast, or are you doing like just the YouTube?
We're live streaming. We're live streaming to that YouTube channel.
Okay.
And to Facebook. So.
Are you doing both?
That's a little. Yeah, we're doing both.
Through
Restream's allowing us to restream.
Oh, that's right. You're on Restream. I forgot about
it.
That.
Does it.
I looked at it,
but it'll do it to a personal account, and then you can share it to the. I just share it to the page before it's ready.
Well, you have to pay for that on this, but I would do it if it weren't. It's $20 a month, and it's just not worth it. $10 maybe.
Yeah.
Not 20.
Right.
So yeah, go check him out on the YouTube, or in this Facebook. You got Twitter? You need a Twitter, I think.
We don't have Twitter up yet. We do have a Discord.
See, what the fuck is that even? Apparently the kids know it. I have no clue what the fuck it. I mean, it's like a chat thing, but I don't understand what the fuck it means. You know.
It's like the old style chat forums is what it reminds me of, like Yahoo chat and shit, but they got different groups that are, well, I mean, they have different groups in that too, but it's, you create your own little group, and
it's like IRC back in the day or whatever it was. Okay. Alright, so it's old school shit, alright. Why do you want to go, I don't understand kids these days. You know... I want new shit. Who wants to go back to the old fucked up shit? Who the hell? Why? Like Minecraft looks shit. But everybody loves Minecraft, even though the graphics are fucking horrific. I mean, why the fuck do you? Sorry. And why do kids get cheap ass beer? These hipster fuckers getting cheap ass beer. Motherfucker, back in my day, we didn't have a choice. Now you got fucking craft beer everywhere. Why the fuck are you not getting craft beer? I don't
Because the student loans have crushed them. They have to get the cheap beer again.
We're talking about these fuckers down at... No, trust me, they're not hurting. Anyway, I'm bitching. But, so you got and you need to get Twitter. Oh, the Discord. How do you get the Discord?
I gotta send a link. I'll put a link on your... on our live chat or something here. Real quick.
Well, just... Yeah.
Or whatever.
So check out the Discord.
Put it in the thing. That'll work.
Yeah. Well, message it to me or whatever. Facebook message it to me, and I'll put it up later. So thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. I know that it's a busy schedule for you. Actually, you do have a busy. You're doing the Instacart shit. Which, it's so fucked that people have to do that shit. But.
Yeah, I'd worked in construction for a while, and now I've started having some health problems, so I'm trying to, I don't know how bad the health problems are yet, but I'm going to doctor's appointments and stuff and trying to figure out, what's going to happen next. But that is why I'm doing the Instacart thing and the DoorDash thing, and it's like all of that. Oh my god, it's so fucked up. If anybody out there, like gets DoorDash, gets something delivered through DoorDash, or if you get something delivered through Instacart, tip the motherfuckers, please.
Yeah, really.
Like, for fuck's sake. I have been to some ritzy motherfucking houses, and I can tell you they don't tip shit. Like, it is ridiculous. And meanwhile, these people are, taking wear and tear on their vehicles and going all over the fucking place to deliver for you ungrateful assholes. So tip them.
Yeah, that's the one thing I hear about people who do this kind of shit. Like Corey from the Brainstorm, or whatever he's calling this fucking show now. He keeps changing it. Leftist skeptic, and he's out of Canada, but yeah, he says that shit all the time. And like, they just, they go through all this effort and they don't fucking tip. What's the fucking point?
And DoorDash is one of the worst with the way they do their algorithms and shit, and base it off of that. Like, your acceptance rating is allowing you to get better, closer, higher tipping dashes. So if you don't accept all of these ones that they give you, then they're trying to fuck you even more, so you don't get them anymore. You'll get the lower ones, the $5 trips or the $3 trips or whatever.
Yeah,
Instacart's a little bit better about it, at least, to where they let you choose and they don't get shitty over it. But there's less people around here wanting that.
Yeah. Well, people suck. That's a general rule.
Yeah.
I found out. If we've learned
They
anything of this pandemic, like you did, I don't know how you didn't already know this, but people in this country are selfish as fuck. They don't give a fuck about anybody else but themselves and maybe their immediate family. And even them, the grandpa gets it. Well, it was just his time to go. We got to maintain freedom for our children.
I mean, if we did have a if we had some magic number we could just put on that to where we wouldn't have to deal with the Dawkins later on in life, then that'd be great.
Yeah, I know. Jesus. All right, dude. Well, I'm gonna let you get back to whenever you do.
Final exit network.
Playing with yourself. I don't know what you do.
Mostly. Play with
Thanks
other
for
people if they let me.
More power to you. All right, y'all. Well, any last words, sir? You need a good sign off. That's what you need.
Take it easy.
No, you no, you don't get to steal my fuckhead. Unless you want to say it in tandem. Until next time, y'all take it easy now.
Easy.
You have a sexier voice. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Take it easy. The ladies have told me this. That's all I'm saying. Until next time, y'all take it easy now. Okay.